Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in sunny Bretonia. I am your host, Vincent Le Sommelier, top 5 BRE sword polisher, and I'm joined today on the casting couch by the return of Big Dog Bobo de Baba himself. Boamon.
Hello!
Welcome back, brother. Oh, I'm
Feels
in
good
there.
to be back.
Tell me about it, baby. How you been? It's been a quiet week for me. I took some time off, traveled the lands. I was smoking cigars, sipping gin in the Empire lands with a bunch of Empire.
Damn!
Yeah, with the Empire hussy. What have you been up to, big dog?
Living the life. Well, I've been maintaining the duchy pretty much.
Hell, good job.
Yeah, I've been doing my job actually for once.
For once.
I feel like I'm a working man, like I'm an accomplished man now.
Working that 9 to 5 duchy life, I respect it. Now, have you done any brawls in the last week? I've been off,
We fought the Herimols on I think it was on Sunday.
Yeah, the 12-0. You earned me £10, thank you.
Well, that's a pleasure, and we'll fight again tomorrow and on Sunday as well.
Poggers. Anyway, before I get too pumped for the Baston Steam train, let's talk about today's match. Le Beaux Gasconnes stepping back into the ring against the big dog Pidgeon Shaggers. Let's talk about that French team first, Bobo.
Well, it's an interesting team because they've got I'd say new players. Like I'd say 80% of the team is filled with new players, and they've got Pippin, who is one of the best group fighters, I'd say, in the clan, leading the team with his brother in real life as well, Aznar. Two big choppers, so they're trying to teach them the ways to make sure that the future of Gascony is filled with good fighters, and I think it's working so far since they've went from the second league to the first league. So interesting.
They're no slouches in the first league either. They are getting wins and picking them up where they can, and their losses have been a lot closer than the scorelines have suggested. So, good job to the balls of Gascony. However, let's talk about the big Pigeon Shaggers here. We've got Maurice, the captain, always a reliable chopper. Oh man! When he steps in the ring, things get messy. Might see a little bit from him later on. Sorry, what were you going to say, Bobo?
I was just gonna say that's the Mighty Falcon. It just gives a buff to the team, It just steps in the arena, goes cacao, and they win for some reason. I don't know.
Pour la dame! I've raised the Oriflamme, and no, I did not deactivate my TeamSpeak sound, so I will be doing that shortly. Anyway, moving down this list, Lucien, 1v1 legend, hard to hit, harder still to team hit. That guy can hold his own. Michu there, we've seen how that man blocks in 2v1s and 3v1s, etc. You got Big Joseph stepping up, Yvain, little man Alfred, bit of a liability for his team here, not quite the best chopper, did actually lose a 1v1 in a group fight to a B-League player the other night, bit of a disaster for him. Hoel, who I believe will not be there, big rip. Wilbert and Richard. Let's see if any of those names step onto the field today.
I'm gonna be sure they actually don't have the whole roster for that. They don't have the full lineup.
They don't have the Hoel roster. See what I've done there is anyway. Moving on, we have with us today the referee for today's match, who is very, very French. Big welcome to our boy Fuldrick in the building. Bonjour, Fuldrick.
Bonjour, Fuldrick.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. I'll ask the questions in French so that you can understand and translate. Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Fuldrick.
J'habite à Liverpool en Angleterre. I'll leave the French to Bobo.
Putain. Do you have any questions for me to ask
Absolutely. I just want to know how he thinks this game's going to go.
Tu penses que ça va se passer comment là, Fuldrick?
Bah honnêtement, je vois bien qu'Italie gagner. Je pense qu'ils ont l'expérience quand même, là où leur team elle est un peu plus jeune au Gascon. Donc Je pense que ça pourrait vite mal se passer pour eux, mais après, on n'est pas à l'abri d'une surprise. Ils ont quand même des bons joueurs, donc
C'est
faut
vrai.
voir.
I think that Akitani will win since they're like a far more experienced team. Gasconnes is way younger. I mean, this team is way younger on the next to them. But he says we're not. We can still get surprised, you know.
Interesting. Now, does our boy Fuldrick here have any favourites? Anyone he wants to win, or anyone he wants us to watch specifically in this fight today?
Est-ce que t'as une équipe favorite ou même juste des joueurs qui te font un peu rêver là, que t'as envie de voir combattre avec ferveur et pure violence?
Franchement, il y a quand même deux bons joueurs en Akani, puis il y a aussi Pépin, le capitaine des Gascons aussi, qui est super solide. Après, ils ont un jeune écuyer là aussi là qui s'appelle Alfred, je crois. Je me rappelle plus comment il s'appelle là du côté Gascon, qui est pas trop dégueu. Puis après, il y a Micheux et Lucien. Ouais. Micheux et Lucien après pour les deux autres, je pense c'est les deux plus monstrueux en face en Aquitanie.
Okay. Well, unsurprisingly, he says that he's looking forward to see Michu and Lucien from the Aquitani team fight together, and also Alphonse, the new squire of Gascony. I mean, new. It's been squire for like what, a month, and Pepin fight as well together.
Interesting stuff. Well, let's see if that goes down today and if those boys put on a bit of a show for us. We are going to be moving on to start the match, so Fuldrick, I will let you go back. Merci beaucoup, j'adore you, and Tresbean.
Beaucoup, Vincent. Thank you.
You're very welcome. How was my French? Any good?
I almost threw up, but you made some progress.
I respect. Thank you.
A bit far, you know.
Thank you very much. Well, we can see on the field right now the balls of Gascony getting themselves ready to get chopping. On the right-hand side, Akitani don't seem like they've gotten themselves ready, but let's have a look at what we see in this lineup so far from both teams. We got the two bastard axes there from Akitani. Classic in their setup. One of them switched out last minute. Alfred picking up the spear. Obviously not confident in his ability to handle a real weapon.
I've never seen Alfred wield a spear, so I'm a bit scared. And now it still changes once again, so we'll see. I don't think the communication is good in there.
On the Gascony side here, got the polearm coming out hot and heavy from the get-go. Spear in one man's hand there, two two-handers and two standard sword and board. Looking like a big setup for the boys. Very classic stuff here from Gascony as well. A lot of what we've seen before from them. Just awaiting the start of round one now.
This is what I like about Gascony. They just play, you know, like they don't do anything too crazy. They like very. They stay in the line. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I kind of like that because they still manage to perform pretty well without having like that sparkle that some other teams can have at some point, like using even archers, multiple polearms. Like I've seen. I don't know if it was streamed though, but it was quite interesting to witness. But yeah,
absolutely. Gascony keeping it simple, keeping it effective, and making sure that they leave their mark on the ball. We've got a big game update already, baby. You like that little dingle we got going on? Pibble been working hard on the dingle. Mid-game update there. Gascony 1 versus Artenoir, and Gascony 1 have got a 3-game lead. That's pretty exciting.
Well, that's the issue. The issue actually. I think Artenoir got comfortable around fighting like I'd say lesser skilled teams, and now that they're fighting like way more skilled teams, I'm afraid reality might hit them in the face.
Might be a bit of a culture shock for Artenoir, but it doesn't matter because we're about to have a battle shock here as round one kicks off. This polearm from Gascony taking a bit of a pummeling early, but does manage to get an early shield break.
Interesting.
Big cleave there from this polearm, singled out right now, but looking to bring that head down on the enemy. However, Akitani making moves on the right-hand side of the pitch as two members of Gascony fall early.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a clean up for the Pidgeon Shaggers here. 5-4-0. Only one person goes down. And it was to a team kill, embarrassingly enough.
Well, I think Akitani took the first place for the Team Hit champions, to be honest.
Absolutely classic. First place for the Team Hit champions. Maybe even dethroning the legendary Baston team hitters.
What can I say? What can I say?
What can you say, Bobo? I don't know, but what I can say is round 2's beginning now. Akitani looking the stronger team there. Oh, Pepin taking an early hit. His blocking not on point. Perhaps forgot to turn the auto blocker on for this round. Takes another and another. Pepin in bad shape. Fortunately, they were all hits from one-handers though, so it won't be doing insane amounts of damage, but it's still chipping away at that 150 health points.
This is the worst scenario possible. Splitting the group fight in two. When you're facing far more experienced players, you wanna be together.
Absolutely, and already Akitani bringing the pain. 1, 2, 3. Gasconians falling down. Oh, what was that? A little dong?
Who was that? Right?
If you're hearing that big bell dong, it means you've seen a missed kick on the battlefield. Tibble, bring up the missed kick counter, baby. 3 kicks missed already. Thank God our project manager here is managing to pick those up, because I haven't even seen one yet.
I don't know.
3 kicks missed. Already coming in hot. Classic Akitani Brawl here. Missed kicks left and right, but they are still cleaving their way through Gascony here.
I want to see Armor. I still have some hope for Armor to step in at some point. That's my dream.
He is doing the Napoleonic Wars event right now. Hopefully, we see the big dog step in the ring. Right now, though, Ribald finding himself in a bad place, taking some early hits. However, he's fought himself back out into a 1v1. Maurice turning on him, taking a big two-hand slice to the face.
Oh, that's a hit.
Lucian delivering a team hit. Absolutely classic. Doesn't matter, though, as he brings Ribald down.
It's funny how Lucian just targets one guy and won't let him go until he's dead.
A true duelist. However, it does not matter as it's getting results today. 2 Gasconians dead, perhaps 3. Well, there falls the 3rd anyway. Pepin does manage to strike back, slaying an Akitanian, so Gascony still barely holding on in this game in a 4 versus 3. I tell a lie, make that a 4 versus 1 Bowerman, as Pepin falls finally for his team. 3 points to the Pidgeon Shaggers.
Pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Tug my dagger and call me a bitch. I was calling earlier that Gascony absolutely steamrolling Art and War. However, it seems to have completely turned around. Little mid-game update there. Art and War are now on 4 points, and Gascony 1 on 3. So after that early 3-0 start, Art and War have managed to steamroll 4 points back. Exciting stuff over there on the other Brawl server. However, on this one, it's just Akitani all the way to the bank, baby. Pepin managing to land some big two-handed hits. However, he underestimates the range of that one-hander and takes a bit of a back shot.
Oh, that's him in. Oh, no.
Gnarly
Oh,
score.
another one!
Pepin sliming up his teammates as Asnar falls on the other side of the pitch. Disaster there for this Gasconian lineup. Alfred. Matthias falls. Hold on. Numbers are falling left, right, and centre. I think it's still a 1-player advantage. Make that 2 for Akitani here in a 2 versus 4. Now, we've seen Pepin fight himself out of worse situations before, but he is not avoiding these mace hits. Good job blocking there. I think it might even be Big Alfred. Oh, team hits delivered, but not enough to save Pepin. He falls last for his team again, and the Pidgeon Shaggers are on 4 points.
That's a good reflex to actually jump when you're in a 1v2. You can try to put some space between you and the opponents, win some time. That's a good reflex actually, especially when they shield bash you and you jump at the same time. You can get like thrown away like 5 meters away. That's pretty good.
Damn. Big tech from Bohemond there. That's why he's on the broadcast. A lot of knowledge inside that little French brain. Big respect.
We're getting demoted after this. But...
Okay, that was Matthew the Viper speaking on the broadcast for a second there. Matthew, back in your jail cell. Naughty young man. Anyway, 4 points on the board for the Pidgeon Shaggers. Gasconnes looking down the barrel of a 6-0 here. They need to shake up something and shake it up fast. We can see the pole arm has been dropped from their lineup. And are they bringing... They're bringing 4 two-handers out.
I guess they want the damage output, and they understand that if the opponent plays a two-handed axe, the shields won't matter anyway, so... I think that's the strategy right there. Wouldn't surprise me.
Axe to break those shields and the two-handers to deliver the damage where it's necessary. Interesting shake-up there. Pidgeon Shaggers sticking to what's working. 4 points on the board for them. Why bother changing? Mid-game update coming in here again. Gasconnes winning the next 2 games there. 5-4 for Gasconnes 1 over on the other server. Looks like we missed out on a bit of a banger game there. Oh, that's gnarly stuff. Pepper with a big miss. Add that one to the miss kick counter. Let's see if these two-handers have what it takes. Big thrust there. Akatani man with one-hander. Lost his shield, taking an absolute pummeling on the outside. Leodegan here. Blocking where he can. Looking to make an impact. You hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't want to stuck the two-handers in a 1v1 situation, and not even in a 2v1. Oh, yeah.
Well, Gasconnes certainly shook things up, but it looks like it's been a complete, unmitigated shit show for their tactics change. Fallen 6-0 there on the field, and 5-0 on the points. Bit of a stinker. We saw Leodegan miss a kick there and get chopped in the dome. Absolute disaster class from Leodegan. If you're new to Bannerlord and want to learn how to play, I'd advise not watching Leodegan's kicks there. He's undoubtedly a fantastic player, however, we must admit, that one was a petty bit mad, if I do say so myself.
I think he joined the clan like, what, a couple of months ago?
Never mind.
I think we can forgive him. He's still a baby in a way.
That's my bad, attacking a new player. Anyway, the Gasconians are marching back out. They are 1 point away from defeating set 1, and if they want to make a difference, it needs to be now. Big blocks from this spear user here, but not enough teamwork from his team to rotate and get him out of it. Alfred slays Leodegan first.
Yeah, they fall too quick.
Yeah, Wilbert following up with Caddock. Pepin getting a kill on Lucian. That could be big for the boys. But Joseph doing a good job at blocking here. Manages to get his way out. Oh, hold on a minute. Gasconnes might have turned this one around. It is a 3 versus 2 for Gasconnes. Oh, a kick hit! And a stab from Romain brings down Ferdinand. Alfred, last man left on his team, and he falls. Chef's kiss, Trez Bean, Gasconnes on the board, and with a glimmer of hope in this set 1.
Might be a comeback.
This would be a bit of a legendary comeback here. Mid-game update. Who knows what's going on? It's changing in front of our eyes, but it looks like...
After won the first set.
Artenwar took the first set indeed. Now, they were a point away from losing, so...
Yeah, it was 5-5.
Exactly. Bit of a banger going on the Brawl server 2. However, right now, Gasconnes 2 looking to save themselves from defeating set 1 here. Ribble taking a bit of a delayed hit there from that axe. They can always catch you out on a gnarly little feint from Lucian. Whenever I do those, they never hit. Big overhand miss, though. Spearman stuck in a corner here, blocking where he can. Lucian slays Leodegan. It's a one-man advantage for Gasconnes on the field. Big thrust. Caddock bringing his team back into it. Numbers even. Oh! Maurice has fallen. Lucian and Matthias doing a bit of a clean-up job on the other side there. 1 versus 3 for Asnar, and the balls of Gasconnes just weren't big enough. Yeah, Ferdinand falls. Pepin last for his team again, and the Pidgeon Shaggers take 6 rounds and take set 1. Oh, how are you feeling, Bournemont? You are, of course, you have a bit of sympathy for the Gasconians. You're a Frenchman yourself. I know you were a Corone-blooded man. However, how do you think the boys are feeling?
Gascony, well, they knew that they weren't gonna win a lot of matches, right? They're mostly here to experience what it's like to be in the first league. Their goal is to end up in like at least, and I'm being very optimistic about it, but to end at least in the middle of the leaderboard. I think they know what was coming, but they still wanted to give it a shot. They signed for it in a way. So.
Oh, absolutely, and I have a lot of respect. And one thing to note about this Pidgeon Shaggers team, they have absolutely leveled up from the last time they played in Season 4. This team has completely changed. We've heard talk to their training regiment. They've made some players step in that previously hadn't been playing in the Brawls, and they are an absolute monster of a team right now. So no shame in losing some points to them here. Although Caddock has other things to say. Maurice falls early.
But insane for such a skilled player as Maurice to fall this fast.
Ooh.
Another one.
Another missed kick, and it's picked up instantly by the missed kick bell. Beckoning doom for those who can't press E in the right direction. Gasconnes here with a man advantage. Make that 2-man advantage. Especially now that Gasconnes have performed a little bit of a team kill. Oh! Matthias slays Peppered. 3 versus 2 here on the pitch.
It's not over yet.
It's never over till it's over, though. Astar wants to make sure that it feels that way. 3 versus 1 for this lone Akitanian. He is blocking, he is parrying, but it's not enough. Alfred falls to the combined efforts of 3 Gasconians, and Gasconnes strike first in set 2. Bit of a change up in pace, that one, from the previous set. Gasconnes maybe stepping off the pitch and reassessing how they were taking these fights. Early pick there on Maurice. Bit of, as you said, bit of a yikers to be fallen that early from a legendary Akitani veteran.
Insane. I think, yeah, they're being a bit cocky about it, the Akitani team. So, I can understand, but lock in. It's never over.
It's a never over, baby. And Maurice doesn't want a repeat of that last performance. Great blocking on his half. Still finding time to make some attacks, but does get caught with a big hit from that 2-hander. Wilbert slays Joseph, but Peckham slays Wilbert on the other side. Even numbers. Alfred falls to Godelbart. Ferdinand falls to Ribald. And it is a 5 versus 2. Nay, a 5-6 versus 1. Hold on a minute. I swear a Gasconian died. Maybe I'm smoking crack.
What would you say? Oh, they've got one. Okay, one of them crashed apparently.
A crasher. Classic stuff from the Bannerlord servers there. But indeed, a perfect round for Gasconnes. 2-0 here. The Pidgeon Shaggers really taking their foot off that gas. Mid-game update coming up here, and it looks like disaster for Gasconnes. Gasconnes won on 0. A disaster, and Artenoir.
I'd like to know what's in your drink, Vincent. What's in your drink at the moment? What's in your glass?
At the moment, we are polishing off a pint of Guinness. I'm celebrating the end of my work for a whole 15 days. I'm going to be resting and grinding scrap on Foxhole. That's right, Foxhole, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't heard, this stream is sponsored by the BRE Foxhole Group. That's right. If you like trenches, if you like artillery, if you like potentially sexual relationships with men in the army, then you want to be joining the BRE Foxhole Regiment. We are currently engaged in a war and need all the help we can get, so poke Jones or something and hop into the regiment, baby. Anyway, the game is kicking off here again. Lucian laying down early damage on Astar, and Astar falls this. Missed kick as well.
I guess you just decided to stop blocking.
Well, I am fond of that strategy myself. After a late night of doing fuck all, I often take my finger off the right click button and just go left click, baby. But it's not working for Gasconnes, and they are falling apart here in round 3.
Looks like it's going to be 2 defeats in one day for Gasconnes. That's pretty bad for the morale.
Miss kick or corpse kick? We will never know from this Akatani team. Still, we've added it to the miss kick count. Pidgeon Shaggers strike back.
They did corpse kick in the past, I remember.
My own team victim to an Akatani corpse kick, famously after our loss against them in the promotion bracket. But that is water under the bridge, and I'm not bitter about it at all. Fuck Mishu. Anyway, moving on here. 1 point for the Pidgeon Shaggers. Gasconnes need to not get shaken up by that defeat if they want to stay in this game. Caddock here, good blocking in, gets a little back shot, but it skims the ass.
I've received a French question, I'm gonna reply in French. Plus d'informations Gasconniens contre Artenois, là c'est 5-0 pour Artenois dans le deuxième set. Voilà. Artenois is actually winning 5-0 in the second set of the first Gasconnes team match. Looking pretty dire.
Oh, what a gnarly kick from Ferdinand there. Yeah, Gasconnes may be on the verge of a double defeat for their duchy today. Bit of a disaster. Joseph slaying, Lucien slaying, Marie slaying, Matthias slaying. If Alfred gets one, oh, Ferdinand, you greedy bugger. Slays the rest of Gasconnes. It's 2-2 on the board today.
Yeah, Artenois just won. Alright.
Oh, we got a question in French here that I'll respond to in French. In Michu's defense, the corpse was very kickable. Putain, putain, putain. There we
Pretty
go.
much.
Clean that up in French. Mid-game update here. Gasconnes managing to claw themselves back a little bit in that set 2 there, over on the other side. 2 points on the board, but Artenois do have them at match point. Could be disaster any moment. Pepin, early thrusts here. He's a fan of a big thrust with a big tool, but he's getting his ass beat right now by this Mace Minister. Oh! God damn, my goat Ferdinand laying down the law. He stepped in and had enough of L after L for this Pidgeon Shaggers team. Does get a little poke from range. Ball, slaying Wilbert on the other. Wait a minute. I've missed like 3 kills. Maurice might be the last one standing in a second with his team. Goodabold here laying down that pressure early. Ferdinand falls. Suddenly it's a disaster. Looks like another crash on the pitch, or perhaps just a kick kill. As one man stands victorious. Now that's base, brother. Fist raised. He's going out. No politics here on the stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Not in BRE at all. We don't do that here.
No politics in BRE. Look at... Oh, and he's gone. Look at that. Deleted by the no politics mods. Gasconnes, though, coming ahead once again in set 2. 3 victories now stands between them and saving this game. Pidgeon Shaggers need 4 to close it out. Probably... And that's Lord Armand! On the field!
Him? Is it really him?
It's him. It's Big Armand.
It's the Falcon.
The Falcon of Akatani has arrived, and he is right-clicking like no one has right-clicked before. Oh man, landed big back shots there. T2 not mad enough to stand up against the Falcon. Ooh.
Target switching, lordly target switching right there.
Absolutely, hasn't done a team hit yet. Does get chopped a little bit, but his team are carrying Joseph and Matthias, getting big kills early. Lucien follows with another one, and our man here got his enemy right where he wants him, between him and one of his other peasants. Pepin, last man standing. Can he make a bit of a difference? Even go out in glory? No, he cannot. Big back shot to the back of the net here. Net? Neck. Maybe there is something in my drink. God damn.
I'm not judging.
The Falcon of Akatani has led the Pidgeon Shaggers to victory. Now, a little question of mine, though. Is Armand the Pigeon? in the Akatani team name?
I hope not.
I'll let the audience decide that one. Have a think, ladies and gentlemen. Do your own research. Kadok starting off strong here. Good blocking from Kadok, but not a lot of damage, and his team has been lacking it. I mean,
Friendly kick right there, that's new.
I'm talking. Ferdinand absolutely chopping with this mace, but leaves his mace up a little bit too long and takes some big shots.
Oh, double stab. That's
Oh man, last man left alone for his team here. Can we see an absolute banger? No, we cannot. Our man falls. Gasconnes inch closer to set 2 victory. Hearing some word on the street here, Artenoir did manage to close out that run against the Gasconnes first team. 12-5 in total, I believe. That can't be true, but maybe 12-8, I think. Lucian here, trying to make a difference.
I mean, the 6-0 in the second set, that was pretty nasty to watch.
Bit of a gnarly one there. However, our man takes the first kill here, but Ferdinand falls right after. Still 5v5 on the field. Lucian missing a big swing there, hoping to hunt down
They
this
just
guy.
waste so much time by just holding at 5 kilometers away from each target.
Oh! He lets that one fly and Asnar falls. Man advantage for Akatani, but just as I say it, Joseph falls, Lucian finds Pepin. It is a 3 versus 4 for Gasconnes. T2 taking a big shield bash and a big kill for our man, baby. Make it 2!
I told you that's the Falcon right there.
Ah, the Falcon sweeping up eggs from the nest of Gasconnes. Of course, bit of a unfair advantage here. We all know Pepin is incredibly bald. A bald head shining like that from above might represent or look like a nest to a falcon such as Armand. So lots of headshots to be expected on Pepin today.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Too many ball guys in one team.
Well,
At least 2.
lack of care is lack of care, and this Gasconnes team don't seem to care that they are throwing away the lead they fought to create so early. 2 victories for either team here secures the win in this set, and we are off to a start here. Well, of course we're off to a start. That's terrible commentary. Pepin doing a gnarly team hit. Yikers. Asnar lands the punch, doesn't land the swing after though. Feinting like it's no man's business and takes a big chop, but does get a gnarly thrust into old Armand. Ribald, first kill here. Maurice falls, but Matthias strikes back. 5 versus 5 on the field. Asnar makes it 5 versus 4 as Matthias falls. Ferdinand doing his best to block. Armand doesn't have the chops this time and falls early.
Looks like a comeback.
Looks like a... Don't call it a comeback, baby. Gasconnes have been here for years. 5 points on the board. Match point Gasconnes. They are ready to take this one to set 3.
This might take longer than expected.
Our Gasconian stream manager here, Tybalt, the production legend, is warning us not to cast a curse. The Gasconnes team here will do our best, but if our word is that powerful, Gasconnes truly have no chance. Beaumont famously said that Gasconnes is a duchy of 40 men with all the fighting strength of 10 men, which is an incredible amount of power. However, I'm only seeing 6 on the field here, so possibly the fighting strength of 2. Do these 2 men have what it takes to close out set 2? We'll zoom in on Joseph here as he gets a gnarly back shot. Delivers one of his own, though. Dirty dog. Oh, manages to get that block off, which is pretty impressive. I wouldn't have blocked that. But then, I don't block much. Oh, man.
Watch them play with the shield. They don't feint. You know, they just throw swings after swings and call it a day. I respect that.
Man, press left click and man get kill. Asnar takes down Ferdinand. Was that a pepping back shot to fellow man Dakatani?
They're back.
They're so back, baby! They're so back! Gasconnes takes us to set 3. Legends of the game. I'll be honest, didn't expect it. Totally thought Gasconnes would choke and throw, and I'd get scrooping on Foxhole early, but here we are, going to the decider, set 3. The teams swapping sides now. Armand, a little late to make that decision, might have thought he was playing with the Gasconnes team for a second. And it looks like we are going to have a piss break. Asnar saying that he needs, or one of his team needs, a piss. Let's have a look at the league right now. Avengers of Lacrimore on top. 6 wins, 18 points, 0 losses, baby. Is there anyone who can dethrone this Order team?
Have they fought the CI, the first CI team yet?
I'm afraid, Beaumont, you're sounding very quiet, like a little whisper in the back of my head.
Sorry, bro. Have they fought the first CI team yet?
They have not. CI team there, champions of CI, on 3 wins, 0 losses, and 9 points. Now, I do believe, had a little insider information here, but the champions of CI are struggling to find teams who would accept a round against them or a brawl against them.
Doesn't really surprise me anyway.
They are a gnarly team here with a lot of veterans from around the world ready to throw down. Just below the Order, however, Ball Illegal, 5 wins, gonna have to make that 6 wins now, as they have defeated the Gasconnes first team. The Pidgeon Shaggers, by the way, up in 4th, 2 wins, 0 losses, doing pretty well.
Well, I don't think they fought any like really strong team yet.
Bit of a slow build up there.
Yeah, I think so. Which I think is actually a good strategy to fight like the weak teams first, so you can like build some confidence, you know. I think that's important for some teams.
Definitely a strategy Ball Illegal were attempted to do. However, got a bit of a reality check from the Order. Doesn't seem to have shaken them up though, as they did beat Gasconnes 1 this evening. And we have Francis in the arena, running around chopping up chairs. Big smelly Haddock also watching from above. Francis in his famous e-girl drip. Noel here, scurrying around under the stands like a dirty little rat man. And of course, some of the Gasconnes team watching on from the sidelines there. Perhaps substitutes, perhaps just big fans. Alphonse, Leodegar sitting this next round out. And round 1 begins now. Haven't seen much tactical shake-up. Did get a missed kick though, and our man delivering back shots. It's like he's back in university up in Scotland, because it's back shot city, baby! Our man helping chop down the first Gasconian there. Gasconnes down a number, 5 men on the pitch. Wilbert makes it 4, and our man makes it 3, baby. Not the strong start that Gasconnes were looking for. Pidgeon Shaggers go 1 up in set 3.
Yeah, that's a little reality check, I'm afraid. I think Akitan is back. I'm afraid the small break from Gasconnes might have like ruined their tempo, the rhythm. Sometimes it happens like this.
Perhaps someone playing Clash of Clans in the VC, or perhaps our man pulled down his pants and showed his team the Oriflamme, and that's got them excited to go. Let's just check under there. Might be an Oriflamme stashed in there.
Hey, I don't want to end up on trial, so let's not do that, please.
Alright, we won't say any more, but is that an Oriflame in your pants, or are you just happy to see me, Boabot? Round 2 kicks off. Matthias landing some big hits with this two-hander. He is really curving that blade round and round, chopping under this Gasconian shieldman's block. Ooh! Lucian misses a kick, and it's picked up instantly. However, our man does not give a fuck and slays Asnar. What are we calling Shaznar? Tito falls. Or Tito fells his enemy. Caddock falls. 2 men left alive on this pitch for Gasconnes. Armand, yikers, team killed by one of his own. And Lucien slays the final man. Question from the chat here, is Beaumont a confirmed BBL hottie? Yes, he is.
Oh, might be true. Might be true.
Having a little look here, checking out that BBL. We do call him BBL Bobo in the VC.
We need to put some people on trial, I think, after that.
Matthew the Viper taking over the microphone for a full 2 rounds there.
I'm coming for you, Matthew.
Never want to hear that from a man who's lived on Bobo Island. Anyway, round 3 beginning here. Gasconnes in a bit of a shambles, lose the first 2 rounds. Really need to pull this one back if they want some hope of staying alive here. And some big shots! Pepin knows how to spin, and he knows how to win. Slays Joseph! Armand, the top chopper for Akatani right now. Getting some kills early. Wilbert, the big boy, following them up too. Matthias slays Godobald.
That was actually a bad choice from Pepin to go help the others, while he knew that the two guys using the 200 axes were low HP. Could have finished them off fast, but yeah. Happens.
Pepin not always a stranger to finishing a guy off fast, but clearly he decided to change his tactic, and it's led to his team's defeat. Pidgeon Shaggers on 3. We are looking at the possibility of a 6-0 in set 1, which nobody wants. Gasconnes better pull their big boy pants on quick and get slain. Any changes here on this lineup? And yes, there is. Erwan stepping onto the pitch for the first time tonight, I think.
Yeah. I think the main issue is the damage output. They only have 2 two-enders in the Gasconnes team.
Not ideal. Not what you need if you're going to be chopping down enemies with swiftness and precision. However, perhaps this Gasconnes 2 team, like you say, a couple of new players, maybe they're not confident with that 2-hander yet.
Might be true.
But if they are going to start building confidence, they need to build it now. Set 4, starting off. Matthias, good blocking. Hits a gnarly little feint and lets Armand sneak in there with a hit himself. Armand, though, taking some shots on the way out.
Yeah.
Erwan isolated here, looking to re-engage. Does get that spear thrust. Oh, takes a big shaft to the face. Erwan fallen early-ish here as Akatani have the numbers advantage on the pitch. Alphonse, though, has something to say about that and gets a kill. Great movement, but not great enough. Matthias falls, and it's 4 versus 1. 3 versus none. Gasconnes with their first point back in set 3 here.
Interesting, might be a comeback. I'm surprised they did manage to win that, though. Wasn't looking very promising with L1 falling pretty fast.
Not too often that we do see a comeback from teams that lose the first man. However, I will admit, this Brawl has been full of them. Both teams have lost people early, yet managed to win the round. Let's see if we have a repeat of that here as Lucien takes some big damage and a thrust up the arse to say thank you very much, good night, God bless. But it's Ferdinand reading the bedtime stories here, getting the first kill. Caddock, gnarly little back shot. He's been learning from my backshots guide on YouTube, available now.
That's the issue. You want to target switch and you'll not end up in duel situations with a team filled with duelists.
Absolutely, and these duels are just not working out for them. Ferdinand gets another. It's 2 versus 6. It's 6 versus 0. Pidgeon Shaggers now 2 points away from winning this set.
It's a bad day to be a Gasconian, I'm afraid.
It's always a bad day to be a Gasconian, but this one is particularly rough, as the Pidgeon Shaggers look to be closing up set 3. Gasconnes here really need to make a shake-up. I know they've been trying, but nothing seems to have been sticking for them in this final set. Still again, the 2 two-handers and the 4 shields. Gave up on the polearm early. I'm not surprised given the amount of two-handers that Akitani have been wielding. But with some more shields now, maybe it's time to bust that shit back out.
Interesting target switching from L1. Never mind. Never mind.
Missed kick there, caught live on cam. Joseph getting his chops in. Speaking of getting chops in, I was eating some delicious Korean barbecue chicken for tea today, just as the Pigeon Shaggers are eating delicious Gasconian meat as they celebrate by slaying more of this Gascony team. I know that cast didn't make very much sense. I was working on something, but excitement caught me, and Pepin taking them all in. Ooh! Gets the punch kill, baby! Oh, Pepin with a double! Suddenly, a numbers advantage for Gascony, a numbers advantage for Akitani has turned into one for Gascony. Pepin with another gnarly shaft up the arse. Wilbur trying to equal things out, but he finds himself in a 2v1. Oh my god, it's a 1v1! Oh, he just doesn't block and get the wins! It's Caddock leading his team to victory after nearly leading them to a hot defeat. Gascony 2, Pigeon Shaggers still on 4. Pepin really putting Gascony on his back there, getting 3 kills in that round. However, they pay him back with a gnarly team kill right at the end.
He's a dangerous man, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
No for blood, I can understand.
You've got super quiet again, I'm afraid, Bobo.
Ah, yeah, my bad.
Almost as quiet as that Akitani team were after that disastrous loss. Pepin.
Well, I don't think it's because of the disaster. Just trying to kick his shadow, I guess.
Putain.
Indeed.
Pepin there, though, he does not kowtow so easily. Gets a kill after missing that disaster kick. Lucian here, looking for that duel. Not even swinging in the 2v1. Takes a thrust to the face. But Joseph, Wilbur, and Lucian manage to get the kills necessary. Ferdinand finishes it off. 5-2 to the Pigeon Shaggers. Match point. Barrel of the gun. Loaded and pointed at Gascony's head.
Ay, 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 ay.
We got someone in the chat asking for a Vinny toe cam. My toes are curling with excitement right now. It would make for great content. We are here at the precipice of another Pigeon Shaggers victory. The gang lined up, ready to go. Armand, no doubt, inspiring his troops with some wicked words. And we are off. Gascony have to give it their all, as there's nothing more to play for if they lose this round. Joseph here, really good with his turns and blocks. Good movement there, baiting the enemy back towards his teammate. And Lucian gets the first kill. Alphonse falls. Gascony now with a numbers disadvantage. They need to make something happen, and they need to make it happen fast, but it's Wilbert doing all of the movement today. Ooh! Ferdinand with maybe the last missed kick of the game. Pepin, though, slays Lord Armand. Only a one-man disadvantage now for this Gascony team. If they can fight their way out of this, it's an absolute banger! Pepin! No! Pepin, no! Pepin falls. It's all on Ribald. And one other member of Gascony. It was Tito. And Tito's gone. And Ribald's gone. And the Pigeon Shaggers take set 3. 2-1. Ooh! God damn!
There's some little warband. Oh my! Oh!
Warband vibes here. In the
little budget.
The tunnel of victory presented by this Akitani team, or rather the tunnel of shame, as Gascony have to walk it with their heads bowed. What a fucking banger ending, honestly.
Indeed. Indeed. I mean, we actually believed they would come back. I genuinely didn't, but it is what it is.
Pepin
My heart
doing,
bleeds today.
Pepin doing absolutely everything he can to make that work, but falls just short in that final round. Oh, I am sweating. The clothes are coming off, baby. It's going to be a topless stream from here on out. Give me 1 second. Beaumont, tell the guys what you thought of that match.
Well, I was expecting not a close matchup. I didn't expect Gasconnes to win the single set. I'm really surprised they actually did one. I think Akitani had to lock in at some point. They were getting a bit too greedy, a bit too cocky. I think it's a good return to reality also for them. Because yeah, losing a set against a team that was in the B League last season is pretty hard for veterans of the clan.
Absolutely, perhaps a much-needed wake-up call for these Pigeon Shaggers as they look to continue their victories and continue their climb up the leaderboard. Gasconnes, however, will need to regroup after this defeat and think of new strategies. Speaking of strategies, we are joined here in Hubald's bathtub with none other than the captain of the Balls of Gascony, Pepin Balls Smalls. Pepin, welcome to the team.
Well, hello, Vincent, again.
Bonjour. Pleasure to have you back, brother. Tell me how you're feeling after that loss.
Wow, well, that's I'm tired. That was hard. I told you that was gonna be a nice brawl. We fought. We fought. We could have win. But they train hard. They deserve a victory. Nothing more to say. Tomorrow we're gonna fight Castine, and we need to win this one. Otherwise, that's gonna be harder for us, I guess.
Absolutely. Big brawls coming up against Castine. Now, one thing I want to ask you about, we did see a lot of shake-up in the team dynamic and who was playing in the matches, but we didn't see many changes in what you guys were using for weapons. Any particular reason for that choice?
Well, at the beginning we tried different tactics and we were crushed. None of them worked. So when I found the right one which allowed us to win the second set, I tried to stay close to it. And in the end I tried to change a little and I tried to go back with one spear, but it didn't work at all. So we had to stop. No, it was just like a skill difference. Most of the rounds we had one guy dying first in our team, so we had to do 5 versus 6, and we won some rounds 5 versus 6. So like this, we achieved to do the difference, but in the end they were better, more aggressive than us, and the strategy cannot change anything for us on this brawl.
Fair enough. Honest assessments there, Pepin. I respect it. Beaumont, any questions for the big man of Gascony?
How does it feel to actually win a set against one of the oldest duchies in the clan?
Well, I mean, I thought we could have win this brawl, so I'm still quite sad. So I gave us hope, and that's great. The team gave me hope, so we don't have to throw away everything. That's what it's important. We can win, and we know that. So no, we must win, and that's the thing we need to work on.
Indeed. And did you feel a difference when Armand stepped in the arena?
Oh yeah, I finally achieved to do a lot of kicks, so that was a big difference. No difference. Like they have a very good team play. We feel they are an old duchy. They know how to play each other, and we felt it. They were faster and better than us with that. And Armand wasn't better than another one. He was the same. So no difference for us. We still lost.
We've just got a little stat covered up on the screen here, Pepin. There were 19 missed kicks throughout the entirety of both teams during that brawl. Any plans to go and practice some kicking for the later brawls to come?
Well, for Gasconnes, we train a lot the kicks, and we know that Aquitaine is not the best team at counter kicking. So we tried it, and that was part of the tactic, and it didn't work out well. But I don't think that it is the issue which made us lose. So
Interesting analysis. Final question from me here at the desk. Do you have a message for your enemies, Castan, in the Brawl coming up soon?
Well, I know a lot of them. I love these guys, but we're coming to kick their asses. And I think, and I hope they fear us a little. We have a small team of Gasconnes, but we still have some balls to show.
Yeah. Big balls, hoping to be on display in that Brawl. Exciting stuff to come. Pepin, unfortunately, I'm going to have to bid you farewell. I'm sure you've got to go and discuss how best to expose your balls to the enemy in the Brawls.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and congrats, Maurice. That was an amazing time, and we loved fighting with you. Bye-bye.
Good fights, man.
Bye-bye.
Farewell, Pepin, and welcome, Maurice. What a Brawl. How are you feeling, big dog?
Well, I don't think it was our best performance, but overall I'm really happy with the team. I think I was letting the team down a lot of the time, so I'm really glad my team was able to carry me in the end.
Interesting stuff. What do you think was going wrong for Akatani?
I mean, just myself, I imagine. We're getting dragged into a lot of duels, and we're sort of getting forced to, like, our target switching is quite good, so as soon as they're forcing us in duels, we're getting dragged out of that, and our team cohesion was sort of going out the window a bit. But as soon as we sort of realised this and got out of those sort of situations, it just started working again.
Interesting. We know this Akatani team has a lot of strong duelists in the 1v1s. Is it never a strategy to drag the enemy into duels?
Never. No.
Always.
That's not the plan.
Always for the team cohesion. I respect it. Bohemond, any questions for Big Maurice?
Why 2 bastard axes?
Ooh.
It's just what they're playing with. So I'm not changing anyone up mid brawl. Like, I've seen a lot of teams change, like, to fight us, especially like making people that don't play two-handers go two-handers, and we're sort of noticing that they can't block as well or stuff like that. So if everyone plays what they're comfortable with, it means everyone can play at their best.
Trying to force them to adapt to you in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, Alfred usually always has the axe. Lucian's been playing with the axe. So just keep going with it, I think.
Understandable. Another question. Was Armand speaking in Old French in the voice chat?
No, I don't think so.
That's a shame. That's a shame. I thought he would. I think that's all for me.
Interesting stuff, and none of the classic French from Armand. Maurice, do you have any other brawls lined up soon?
We're fighting the Avalanche Sunday, so that should be another good brawl. I think I've enjoyed all of our brawls so far. But yeah, we'll see how that goes into the Avalanche. Hopefully have some more of our star players with us.
Interesting stuff. The Pidgeon Shaggers have been a very entertaining team to watch from me. One thing I will ask, fighting the Avalanche on Sunday, do you have a message to that team?
Not really. We're not very competitive, so just good luck, I guess.
Aww, a very delightful message to end on, Maurice. Thank you very much for joining us here in the casting couch. Much appreciated. I won't keep you any longer. And thank you very much for the insight. It's been informative.
No worries. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Ciao, ciao, big dog. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The updated scoreboard is now live. You can see Bally Legal have crested back onto that top slot, despite losing to the Avengers of Lacrimore, because they have secured themselves an extra win. I think a win needs to be changed on that win-loss, sir, because otherwise I'm talking mad shit. Pidgeon Shaggers sitting strong in 4th after that victory with 9 big points, tied with the champions of CI.
Already 7 matches played for Arton where they do not plan on wasting their time. I respect that.
You do have to respect it, you know? Teams trying to get out there, trying to hit the ground running, and it is working for Bally Legal. Hopefully we'll see them transition to some of the more big, showy fights to come. Teams like CI, teams like Baston, maybe even teams like the Avalanche, and this Akatani team. Well,
Indeed.
I'm afraid that is all from me today. Before we go, Beaumont, do you have a man of the match from the Pidgeon Shaggers team?
From the Pidgeon Shaggers team, Well, I'm biased, but I would say Armand. 'Cause I always love to watch Armand play. He does it in such a like role play way, not kicking, not punching. I respect that. Well, if I'm not being biased, I'd say that Joseph did actually a pretty good job.
Indeed, Joseph was a strong chopper. For me, though, I want to highlight Matthias on that team. A man I didn't know much about, but really came out swinging in this round. A lot of early kills at Matthias's hand. A lot of really important kills throughout the round. And he did a great job of surviving for his team. So for me, Matthias is my man of the match.
Understandable.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast. This has been an absolute banger of a game between the Pigeon Shaggers and the Balls of Gascony. 2-1 were the final scores on the boards, and the Pigeon Shaggers have grabbed another victory by the throat and tickled it under the arms. Absolute masterclass from those boys. Indeed. It's Thursday. We need some sleep. So with that, I will say good night, Lady Bless, and take care.
For God, and you believe it's right to risk your home, your life, to face the evil night. But in the darkest night, when our children are asleep,